Absolutely, because it was on the hijab row that was discussed at length when it comes to the arguments that had been posted from both sides that went on for 10 long days in the topmost court that challenged the order that was released on part of the Karnataka High Court. How divided is the ecosystem really? Because we'll play out exactly what the statements have come out from the Raza Academy founder saying that hijab ensures safety of the Muslim woman. That was one of the reactions that came in. Asauddin Owaisi, the AIMIM chief, also jumped in the hijab defense, saying that a girl wearing hijab will be PM someday. So political aspirations as far as who wears a hijab can also become a prime minister. That is the statement that came in from Owaisi. Mr. Zameer Ahmed of the Congress party saying that hijab hides the beauty as girls come of age. Such has been the mindset as far as the hijab case is concerned. The NC President Omar Abdullah, the former Chief Minister of erstwhile Jammu and Kashmir state, saying that wearing hijab is a woman's right to choose. Is that a right to choose and is that left to the women in the families? That also remains a question. As far as the Congress leader Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary is concerned, he goes on to say that hijab is not a crime. Moral policing is dividing the society. But who exactly is dividing the society as far as the uniform in schools and colleges are concerned? Mehbooba Mufti, also another former Chief Minister of erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir, the PDP chief, says that not just hijab, BJP removing all of the Muslim symbols. So time and again we've seen her attacks that has been happening as far as she also dragged in the political party, the BJP, into this as far as the hijab controversy is concerned. So those are the reactions. How exactly divided is the ecosystem has been, because they have been on one side calling it as a regressive practice, but also on the other side saying that it is an essential practice in the Islamic faith and must be carried out by the girls who have, they say, the right to choose.
Yes, and on that note, let me also rope in Imran, who is joining us live on the broadcast. Imran, now as far as the debate over hijab is concerned, as Amita also mentioned, the views have been divided. But now it is to be seen as a landmark judgment is going to come today if the ecosystem is going to finally accept the order of the Supreme Court.
Well, of course, there will be some dissatisfaction over this issue if the verdict goes against their favor. And we could see that more girls who are, or the parents who want hijab in the classrooms, asking them to move out. Already we have seen more than the estimates say that more than 2,000, 3,000 girl students who were studying colleges which had made hijab not compulsory have taken transfer certificate and moved out to other colleges. And we have seen also reported that in Udupi, there's a Muslim institutions are applying for new licenses so that they can accommodate all these girl students. That also a trend has happened because most of the girls who want hijab, or the parents insisting that the girls who go to colleges or schools wearing hijab have already asked for transfer certificates from the institutions and moving out to Muslim educational institutions. Now this is a trend which is happening. There is a section of the society which strongly believes that hijab is an essential part of Islam, and they would like also clubbing it with patriarchy. They would want hijab Muslim girl students to wear hijab. That's another issue there. And but most of the students are, they do not mind whether hijab or not hijab. They say that the education is important for them, so they will choose this education important. But there's lot. They were seen also from the if the verdict comes in favor of the state government, the state BJP government here stands vindicated. In fact, the entire issue started with Udupi Girls College, where MLA Raghupati Bhatt, as part of the CDC, the Campus Development Committee, had said that inside the classrooms, hijab will not be allowed. They can come to the campuses wearing hijab, but inside classroom, no scarf or hijab will be allowed inside the classrooms. That's where the entire issue started, with the 6 girls who were part of the petition there, who challenged it, who protested and later challenged it in the High Court. The High Court upheld the state government notification. Now the matter has come up to Supreme Court, where after 10 days of hearing, an historic verdict is coming out.
Exactly now we'll be knowing exactly what is in store as far as the hijab final verdict is concerned. And joining us live from the Supreme Court of India is our legal editor Harish Nair. Harish, it's a matter of moments now, a benchmark that will now be set exactly when it comes to the faith or when it comes to education. That also is something that, as Imran has been pointing out, will also set a benchmark when it comes to the education of the girls in India.
Yes, that's right. One of the most key issues for adjudication before the bench led by Justice Hemant Gupta is whether this collective interest, collective right of educational institutes to enforce a uniform gets primacy over the individual right of freedom of religion enjoyed by each student. So that is one of the key issue, and the Supreme Court will also examining whether the High Court, Karnataka High Court, was right in holding that wearing of hijab is not an essential religious practice and not intrinsic and essential for Islam. So, and as you rightly pointed out, this is one of the key issues raised by several battery of top lawyers like Rajiv Dhawan, Kapil Sibal, Sanjay Hegde, Devdutt Kamath, that preventing students who wanted to wear hijab from attending the class merely on this ground is not only a violation of right to freedom of religion, but also right against discrimination, and very significantly, it's a violation of right to education also. But at this juncture, Justice Sudhanshu Dhulia had very strong questions to ask the Karnataka government on that the government order by which you had banned the hijab was basing on three principles, that is the public order, morality and health. Can you please explain how does wearing of hijab affect public order? And Sudhanshu Dhulia, even on the day the judgment was reserved, he was of the view that government could not give a convincing answer. So that is where the reflection in the costly is that there will be two separate judgments holds the importance, because from the tone and tenor of the hearing and what happened, what transpired in the court in 10 days in September, the two judges were differing on several key aspects of the matter. Even Justice Dhulia even said that High Court had even exceeded its jurisdiction while interpreting Quran and deciding on essential religious practice when it was not ill-equipped to do so, and the judge also said that the High Court had relied on a thesis or research work of students and not gone into the original verses of the Quran. So after all these very significant observations, we'll have to wait and watch whether the two judgments will be concurrent or a split verdict. And in case, as I said earlier, if it is a split verdict, the matter will once again go before a larger bench and the issue will be lingering on. At the same time, Justice Hemant Gupta prima facie had in fact supported the High Court judgment, and also the three views in the High Court judgment that number one, wearing of hijab is not an essential religious practice. Number two, education institutions have a right to enforce, prescribe a uniform for a sense of decorum, uniformity, equality, and decency. And also number three, the Karnataka government was equipped to issue such a government order, and it need not be invalidated. So all eyes on the Supreme Court, as in 1 hour's time, the bench of Justices Hemant Gupta and Justice Sudhanshu Dhulia will be delivering the all-important, path-breaking landmark verdict. Back to you.